Yo, what's happening, man? Hey, man, I wanted to talk about a couple things and give in season grades to the Dallas Cowboys players, man. Some of y'all gonna view this as rough and unfair, but it's the truth. And you know, I'm gonna be glad to give you the reason why I believe that these players have received these certain grades. Well, before we begin, let's uh let's address a couple things that's been going on. First things first, Ezekiel Elliott, right? Uh, I guess it's something that was started by Cowboys content creators in regards to, is Ezekiel Elliott washed up? Ezekiel Elliott, and they say because the Chargers picked him up, that proves that he's not washed up. Look, y'all know I'm on record saying that Ezekiel Elliott should have had more carries this year. However, that boy is washed up. That man is 2 to 3 steps minimum slow. Appreciate that, Happy. Appreciate that. That man is 2 to 3 steps slow. He is indeed washed up. These creators think because he got picked up by the Chargers, who is banged up at running back with Dobbins and Edwards and the little rook from Michigan, they think that because they picked him up that he's not washed up. Are you serious? Do these people do they research before they talk? So if I'm banged up at running back and Ezekiel Elliott is my next best choice, I'm gonna pick up Ezekiel Elliott, right? I know that I'll be able to get somebody that's at least gonna be able to protect Herbert in the backfield. I know that I'll at least be able to get some short yardage running from Ezekiel Elliott and some check down love from Ezekiel Elliott. But if you thinking that you can get this boy 25 carries and you thinking that you're gonna get 100 and something yards a game, you done lost your rabbit ass mind. Now, now looking at that offensive line, now, I'm not too sure if they're banged up or anything. Now they got some decent players on that offensive line, right? But the Dallas Cowboys have some decent players on that offensive line. You know, other than a couple rooks, the center played very good, though. The center played real good this year, man. Other than a couple mishaps early on and them not committing to the run game, your interior of your offensive line kept your quarterback up. Now, they didn't get to the second level too much for my liking. Now, I believe that they should have got to the second level a lot more. And I believe that falls on coaching, right? That's coaching. I promise you, that's coaching. You should be constantly working on drills, man, with the combo blocks, man, and working on, man, as soon as your offensive lineman touch hits, boom, we on to the linebacker. As soon as you got opportunity, like I would see offensive linemen, like I even see Guyton at times, like he will overrun a second level block. That's because I know that they're not practicing that. They just going off of what they have done in their football career, and they just trying to be, as much as they can close to a natural football player. That's coaching. That's why I'm telling y'all this whole coaching staff should be gone. But to go ahead and, which leads me to my next point, but to finish up this point, Ezekiel Elliott is nowhere close to where he once was. He is considered a washed running back, but he'll probably be able to give, in a limited fashion, he'll probably be able to give the Chargers some decent carries in the playoffs. He'll probably be able to give him some decent little production. But if you're thinking that he's supposed to be getting 15 to 20, yeah, man, they doing too much, man. And I seen that they were trying to play the race card and all that. Look, man, I agree when they let Ezekiel Elliott go, and I disagree when they brought him back. They should have never brought that boy back. You know, now they probably misled him. Now there probably was some front office malpractice going on. They probably misled him, and it probably was a misunderstanding on one of their side, probably on Zeke's side, but they for sure misled him. Now I understand that, and they asked for the release. He asked for the release because he wanted to go ahead and get a chance to win. I ain't mad at it about one bit from the ask to go ahead and leave this bush of a franchise to go ahead and try to go ahead and chase a ring. I ain't mad at it not one bit. Good luck to Ezekiel Elliott. It never worked on his second stint, and it should have never even had the opportunity to work. But I agree that they should have gave you a little bit more carries than what they did. I think they did him a little wrong, and I think that in certain aspects around the goal line, I think he could have been helpful in that regard, because it takes Rico Dowdle like 20 years just to hit the hole. You know what I'm saying? So by having Zeke taking him about 15 years to hit the hole, I don't think it would have been too much of a difference. And I think you probably would have had a little bit more improvement in regards to some of the things in regards to the goal line with Ezekiel Elliott, because no matter what Ezekiel Elliott being like 2 steps slower, he still is a solid goal line short yardage back, especially with his awareness and getting that football over the first down marker. That's excellent awareness on his behalf. And it has came up crucial in the games. I remember, I think it was the Bengals game that it came up crucial. And there was a couple other games, man, that you can go ahead and say that his goal line and his short yardage awareness really go ahead and help the outcome of a football game. But regardless, man, that's probably your last time seeing Ezekiel Elliott in the Cowboy uniform. I think he got that last little tug, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess y'all go ahead and be in remembrance of that. As far as what you got, did you get a good return of investment on him being a first round running back? I would say no. He had a good little a few years, but I don't think that was enough. I would have liked a good second contract, a good solid second contract for him to say that I got my money's worth for that, though. He did have a good few seasons, especially an excellent rookie year, the first couple years, but at the same time, some of the things that he went to, I think that when you see like a running back like Derrick Henry taking care of his body and taking the punishment and having the miles on him and still being able to last, that a lot of Ezekiel Elliott's downfall came from him not taking care of his body. There were some things that he did, that he admitted, you understand me? He was out there playing with his nose. Old boy was out there playing with his nose, sipping on some drink, man. That's not taking care of his body. He came out of shape, so there was some factors, man, that cut his career short. So a lot of that wasn't just off it. A lot of that was his own doing. But I ain't got no heart. I ain't got no ill will towards Zeke. I rock with Zeke, but it was pointless to bring him back. And I think the the front office kind of did him a little wrong. And or McCarthy and Jerry Jones, to be, I guess you could say, to be specific, to give Rico Dowdle, I'm pretty sure, like, if Zeke was able to stay healthy, I'm pretty sure that he could have gave you probably similar production that Rico gave you, because Rico didn't do nothing hella fire. Rico ain't no starting running back, bro. Biggest runners from the Cowboys season is a kicker and a 2 backup quarterback. Yeah. But enough of that, which leads me to my next point before we get into the grades. So I seen, man, I was at the gym. I just got back from the gym not too long ago. And I seen that the Dallas Cowboys was in contract negotiations with Mike McCarthy. What the hell? What the hell? This is an undisciplined team. This is a team that can't show up in the big games, and that it does have something to do with coaching. Now, do I think everything has something to do with coaching? Absolutely not. It has something to do with his players, right? I know the quarterback position definitely impacted some of the success that we had, especially in the playoffs, right? I understand all that. The defense, I understand all that, though. But for the future, I think it's time to go. The only thing that you can even consider The only plausible reason that you would say that it'll be cool to bring Mike McCarthy back is because you gonna nominate Trey Lance as your starting quarterback, and you don't want Trey Lance to learn another offense so soon because you think it'll hinder his development. That's the only plausible reason for you to bring Mike McCarthy back, because everybody should go. It just ain't good enough, and in the staff that Mike McCarthy has hired that has failed him. He has failed himself by being a soft coach. He should be pushing more lines, especially with some of the effort that your players have gave, and you just let them do. And the reason why the players want you back is because they know that they'll get away with a lot of things. Right? Uh, any coach that is a representation of a disciplinarian, they wouldn't want that, because now they're going to be held accountable. Like, if you got like Brian Flores or something like that up in here, them players wouldn't like that. Facts. Happy, he just slow. He washed up. So when I hear when I see what I'm gonna say some names, when I see Jay Tuck, boss Cowboys, sit over there and try to make this Zeke point, I disagree wholeheartedly. I don't even see where you would even try to go ahead and get to be able to make that point. He's slow. He didn't do with the Patriots. He didn't do here. His last season before he left, like I said, he in splitting with TP, that was his best role, because that's the best thing that you'll be able to get by him splitting carries. But then he's about 2 to 3 years removed from that. And he don't take care of his body the way that he should. So that man was just done for. He was done for. He been showed you that he was declining. And you saying that he ain't washed, but what? Because he got picked up by the Chargers? Come on, G. If I was the best running back that the Chargers can pick up for because they needed bodies, the Chargers would have called me and picked me up for the playoff run. That's pretty much the equivalent. It wasn't because they just need Zeke. You trying to tell me that they would have hollered at Zeke if they didn't have no injury concerns with the Michigan running back and Edwards and J.K. Dobbins? Stop it, man. Stop it. Because if that was a case, they would have traded for him a long time ago to get him acclimated in the offense. They would have sent something minimal like a 7th-round pick or something, or a scrub-ass player, and they would have went on ahead, man, and made that work. So stop the BS trying to go ahead and talk about Zeke ain't what. Bro, no, bro. No. Bro, a lot of they takes, man, is horrible. Horrible as hell, man. Stop the bullshit, man. Stop that. Mike McCarthy should not come back. We needed to start over, man. Because they're gonna misuse and mistreat Trey Lance. Because I've seen enough. I've seen enough to know that I can work with it. I haven't finished the rest of the film yet because I had to leave. But I'm over halfway done, man. Look, so far from what I've seen, other than a couple little timing throws, a little off throws as far as like, something with timing, but that's something. But I'm gonna tell you what, everything that I've seen in regards to maybe the timing being off a little bit, everything can be fixed with more reps. Everything that I've seen that could have been a little bit off, that's fixable. I didn't see nothing in his game that wasn't fixable. From when I first told y'all, like a year or two ago, when I went back to watch Trey Lance, and I told you, man, the Cowboys got something here. When we been riding for old boy, especially this year, when we seen how he came from the first preseason game to his last preseason game, and from his last preseason game till now, he has improved tremendously. That tells me he's taking his craft serious and he's about getting better. And all he needed was to go ahead and have somebody to take time with him and work with him, and just him get more reps under center. Especially with the state of the way that football is played now, Trey Lance should be a starting quarterback. And if somebody give him a chance, bro, I think he'll flourish. And I'm trying to figure out why the Dallas Cowboys ain't giving him a chance. All these people that says that they're against Trey Lance having a chance, show me. I could piece the film together, and you show me why right? We can go clip by clip. You show me why you don't think that he should be a starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Because that's the only reason why you would even consider bringing Mike McCarthy back, so he won't have to learn another offense which can hinder his progression. That's the only reason why you will bring him back. And if that's the case, then Dak should be traded this year. Cut, traded, or be announced as a backup this year. What the Falcons announced, we don't mind bringing Kirk Cousins back, especially in the backup role. That need to be the same thing that the Dallas Cowboys need to say. Hey man, hey, look, if y'all don't want to go ahead and give us some decent compensation for Dak Prescott because y'all claim around the league he's so good, instead of kissing his ass, show it. But how about you go ahead and bring some compensation to the table and show me how much you value Dak Prescott. Commit to Trey Lance. It'll save you money in the long run. You might have to eat the mistake that you made in regards to paying Dak Prescott, but it'll save you money in the long run. Make it happen. And if Trey Lance is not about to be your starting quarterback for the future, in the immediate future too, or even in the near future, there's no point of bringing Mike McCarthy back. He's not a disciplinarian. Evidently, the players think he's a sucker. He's been hiring staff that isn't a compliment to how he is. I'm good. This man didn't have three different defensive coordinators since he's been here. Why you got three? That has something to do with how you getting down. You didn't have three different defensive coordinators that had championship experience, and you couldn't get it done. You didn't have a couple different O-line coaches that couldn't get it done. You didn't come on. You bring back scrub ass coaches. The coaches that do leave you, they suck, especially when they get head coaching positions. You're bringing in people who ain't all that. And here's my thing with Al Harris, because somebody talking about, oh man, we need to give Al Harris a shot. Here's my thing. If Al Harris is doing some hellified ass coaching, then why Trayvon Diggs doing what he do? Al Harris didn't play like that. So you allowing Trayvon Diggs to not commit to the run game? You allowing Trayvon Diggs to be sloppy when it come down to coverage? But he doing some hellified coaching, huh? Yeah, man. Knock that shit off. Knock that shit off. I know what type of coaching you doing by what the fruit that you bear from your players on the field. That wide receiver coach, I'm pretty sure he wanted Tolbert and them. He got to go. He suck. He suck. Your tight ends coach, is he producing? J-Hop has taken a couple steps back. He got to go. I mean, your quarterback coach, in regards to some of the progression of Trey Lance, that's encouraging. That's encouraging. Your running backs coach, suck. Your offensive line coach, old as shit, suck. You got all this experience and all these old school principles, but yet, your offensive line is struggling to get to the second level. Get the hell out of here. Your linebacker coach, suck. Look how some of your linebackers is filling the gap. Overshawn was just playing off of just his heart and determination, and Kendrick was going off of his vet savvy. He wasn't doing no hellified coaching over there. Your defensive line, no matter who you bring in, Mozzie still suck. You know, Mozzie still suck. Marshawn Kneeling was looking ridiculous from what I've seen in the film. Giving up some outside contain, getting washed. Bro, man, Marshawn Kneeling ain't no goddamn D, and he don't have the athleticism for it, as I've been telling y'all from the get-go. right? Carson, I'm pretty sure that Al Harris had he gave his nod on him, and Will McClay did. Carson suck. Your safety coach, they suck. They scared to field. Hooker scared to field. He's scared. He making business decisions. Well, shit, he can go ahead and make a business decision. Get the hell up out of here. So when we look at it, like, who the hell was doing some hellified coaching this year? I mean, Zim did win you some games, but it was against scrubs. I mean, he had a couple good little games, like the Bucks game that was pretty solid. They choked that Bengals game. That was an unfortunate situation, So you probably would at least have one more win. I highly doubt that they was trying to win the last game at the end, But I'm pretty sure if they was trying to win, I will hope that they could have got that win. I will hope that they told Leofold to do that shit, because if he did that shit on this old man, oh we. But man, let's get into these grades though, man. Let's start with quarterback Dak Prescott. What grade do I give him? I give him an F. I give him an F. There was nothing that I've seen that was encouraging. He regressed tremendously. He doesn't play to his strengths. He's going through a mental side of the game that he's been fighting for years, especially when it comes to big games. You had better competition. He sucked. And some of the wins that he had in the Browns game, he wasn't the reason why that the Cowboys won. Pittsburgh, he was trying to throw that game away, and then he beat the Giants. And then all the rest of the games, he played like shit. He gets an F. There was nothing good that I can tell you about his performance, other than a couple solid throws that he done made over the course of his games that he played. He was trash. Falcons game, you see the state of their defense. They giving up 30-something points to the goddamn Carolina Panthers. Come on, G. And look how he struggled with him. Dak Prescott gets a goddamn F. And how does he get an F after he gets paid? Ridiculous. Rico Dowdle. I get that boy a C. I get that boy a C. He definitely let a lot of meat on that bone. I give him a hard C because he has some solid games that he played decent with. He did what he can, but the physical limitations is really leaving a lot of meat on the bone, and that impacts your performance. If you're not able to get the job done physically, that impacts your performance. Now, he done had a few 100-yard games though, and some was in regards to scrubs though, but I give him a C. He didn't play bad, but and I'm not saying that, what I want Rico Dowdle back, I can care less to bring him back. I definitely wouldn't give him a couple mil to bring him back. I'm good, because he's not a starting running back at all. He's not a starting running back at all. So I will give him a C. Can you really even give Deuce Vaughn and him a grade? No, you ain't seen too much. You can't even get Zeke a grade. Trey Lance, you can't even give him a grade, but I'm encouraged of what I've seen, and I definitely will want him getting back, and he definitely played a solid performance. Deuce Vaughn gave me a solid performance. Brandon Cooks, a D. He ain't do shit this game. He ain't do shit this year. He washed too. Brandon Cooks is washed. He can get the hell up out of here too. He gets a D. He gets a D. At the end of the day, you're supposed to be about speed. And even though you still fast, you've lost a good step or two. But that separation, even with them sitting on you, man, there were certain routes that I was very disappointed that some of them cornerbacks was running with you. So therefore, when I seen some cornerbacks that I believe shouldn't be running with you in that film, bro, you done for. That's the best thing that you got. Jalen Brooks, I mean, from the snaps that you got consistently, C minus. C minus. Jalen Tolbert, uh, I get that boy a C. From I didn't have no high expectations for that boy. He is a fourth wide receiver, right? And he ain't a good wide receiver. But if you going off, see, I'm going off of my expectations too. But if I'm giving y'all for Dallas Cowboys expectations and what these people wanted him to be, it's a D. Because one, he's not going to step in to be your number one, two wide receiver. He's not good enough. I told you I didn't like him when I first seen him. He's not good enough. C from my expectations, a D from what the Cowboys wanted him to be, which is a number two wide receiver, or at least a number three. It's a D. He ain't got it. No separation, no none of that. I give him heart for him playing through the little from the finger injury and stuff like that, especially in the last game. I give him that. I can respect that. But as far as a football player, he sucks. CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee Lamb. I get CeeDee Lamb. I give my boy a B minus. I give my boy a B minus. There's things in regards to CeeDee Lamb that I would have to like to see a lot more. Now I understand that he was impacted by a quarterback situation, and he was impacted. There were certain throws that Cooper like he didn't he was impacted this year. Play calling, quarterback situation, but I thought that I could have seen more. I remember DeAndre Hopkins having Brandon Weeden and all these scrub ass quarterbacks throwing him the ball, and he's still getting 1,000 yards consistently. And that was in a 16-game season. Now it's not too impressive for a wide receiver to get 1,000 yards this year. Just the simple fact that one, you get an extra game, and two, it's like a passing league. So and three, you can't even touch these goddamn wide receivers, man. And the technique of these DBs is horrific. So I would say that it's easier to get 1,000 wide receivers, though. CeeDee Lamb, though, I thought that he could have gave me more, but I respect him for coming out there, man, and playing in that shoulder injury, even though he ain't had shit to play for. But I want a little bit more for my number one wide receiver. That's why I give him a B minus. Teed up. I give him a B minus. Kevontae Turpin, from what he gave me, B. I'm gonna give him a B. I'm gonna give him a B. He did his best. He's not a complete wide receiver. He's a gadget player. He's always good in the return game, man. He took something to the crib this year, man. Excellent return rate, and he had his best year on the offensive end. They probably should have gave him more. I'm giving my boy a B. I think what he gave is a B, and I definitely would be interested in bringing him back in another gadget role if the offensive coordinator, whoever is calling plays, see fit, which I believe they should. Jonathan Mingo, from what he gave, I mean, part of it was, look, I'm not, like I said, I'm on record saying that I didn't even want him, but I'm gonna get that boy D minus, damn near F, because he ain't do shit. He ain't do shit, and I don't think he will do shit. Jake Ferguson, F. He gets an F. Ridiculous what you did this year. You ain't no below average ass tight end. The shit that you did, I don't know if you was throwing fits or nothing. Your blocking regress, your pass catching regress. You had matchups that you should have exploited. You get an F. You had 400 yards or some shit like that, and no tugs. Come on, G. And then when you did get open, you had to they had to scheme you open. I don't like that shit. Not from those supposedly above average tight end. I'm not saying you got you some damn Kelsey or something. I knew they was overrating you when they was talking about you being a top 5 tight end, but the shit that you did, oh, that's ridiculous. No, you get an F, my boy. Schoolmaker, shit, you get like you showed some flashes though, but then you fizzled off at the end. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you because you got better this year. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you a C minus though. I'm gonna give you a C minus. Uh, Spanford, I'm glad that they stopped giving him as many snaps. That shit, man, he ain't it. Shit. I guess I'll get that boy a D from the snaps that he got. Hunter Lipke. Hunter Lipke. I'm gonna give my boy a solid B. I'm gonna give him a solid B. Right, had some couple carries, caught the rock out the backfield. I've seen him giving effort in regards to his blocking and his special teams. Man, I'm gonna give my boy a solid B. You know, having a fullback like Hunter Lipke, they gotta bring him back, man. Uh, they gotta bring him back, especially when you see some of these teams, man, that does roll with a fullback. It's similar, like like the 49ers is similar, like what's his name, Yursich or some shit like that. Uh, Definitely having a fullback like that is a weapon, man, and that's somebody that they should bring back this year. Tyler Guyton. I'm gonna give my boy. Look, there was some. Look, I watched pretty much every snap of this boy. It was very rough at the beginning. He did get better. However, I'm gonna give him a C. I'm gonna give him a C. It went as bad as people thought it was, but it could have been a whole lot better, especially toward the end. I think they did that boy wrong in benching him because I didn't see nothing that was worth benching in that Redskin game. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if he just not in a good coach's favor or what. If you're gonna bullshit with him, then trade him. If you're gonna bullshit with him, because he got to develop. So you need to bring this boy a real offensive line coach and he needs to go ahead and hit them buffets and hit them goddamn weights. You know what I'm saying? Because this coming up year, he best to be a whole lot better. Because if he ain't, you're gonna have to ship his ass on. Because you just spent too much of a high draft pick, man, to get some bullshit, man. He got the feet, he got the skill set for it. He just gonna have to get his mind right, and he gonna have to get stronger, and he gonna have to clean up that technique. But I'm gonna give him a C. Adoga, I mean, if you want to rate Adoga, I mean, shit, he filled in solid. I'm gonna give that boy a C plus. I think that's self-explanatory. Tyler Smith, I'm gonna give my boy about a B plus, A minus, B plus to A minus. More on the B plus side because I've seen a couple times where I know that it was hard for him to trust who the hell was going to be at left tackle because he done played with 3 left tackles, so he had no continuity, right? As far as that boy a beast. That's your best offensive lineman on the squad. A boy a beast, man. There was a couple of times, man, where I seen he got beat that he shouldn't have got beat. But other than that, man, I think he had a good year. So I'm gonna give him about an 8. So he's in that 89 percentile range. So that B plus, close to an A type thing, right? You know what I'm saying? He in that 89 percentile range on the performance with me. He still had a very good year. Cooper Beebe. I'm gonna give my boy. Look. There were some things that I didn't like. I'm gonna give my boy about a B minus. I'm gonna give him a B minus. Solid year. Definitely that power center that we talked about that the Dallas Cowboys needed the whole year. Definitely it was a much improvement from having Biotish, man, getting pushed back some. And this is his first year. Look, even though I gave him a B minus from the circumstances that he had and not playing center to transition to having good snaps consistently, to adjusting to that center position. Hey, man, that's your future center right there. Now he has some athletic limitations in regards to getting to the perimeter though, but you can work with that though. You can work around some of his athletic limitations though. Cooper Beebe had an excellent year. It was a little rocky at times, right? There were some times where they thought that like for instance, they overrated it. Like they thought that he was clamping up Dexter Lawrence, and I seen different, but that's Dexter Lawrence though. That's a beast right there. But other than that, I'm gonna give my boy a B minus. Good year though. I'm out of your rookie lineman, man. He had the best. Very, very good year. Because y'all know I had him top 5 in interior line play anyway. Y'all remember? I think I had him like 4 or 5. So it was good to see that the Dallas Cowboys, at least on the offensive lineman, go ahead and get some boys in my top 5 list. But he had a good year. a very good year. I'm pleased with what I've seen. I have nothing bad to say about Cooper Beebe. Uh, Zach Martin, I'm gonna get that boy about a C minus. Uh, Shit, he was getting cooked by some scrubs. I can tell that, and I'm not even gonna say that he was just injury based. It was uh, it was alarming. Him getting cooked, it was alarming. I think mentally he's checked out. So if that's the case, he just need to get. Remember I told y'all they should have never paid that boy. I was against giving him more money, and as you can see why, he got that money because he knew he get ready to check out. So he went on ahead and got the payday, which I ain't mad at though. But now look at Jerry, you're looking stupid. You know, C minus this year for me, not up to the standards of a Zach Martin. Um, he did give some he did solidify at times though, right? But the performance wasn't good, man. I'm giving C minus, C at best. It definitely was his worst year as a Cowboy. Uh Brock Hoffman, man, I'm gonna give my man. There were some physical limitations that you see showed up, but the nastiness that he provide, him filling in, man, and doing an excellent job, giving us versatility, and him kicking back at center when our center had the concussion. I'm gonna give him a B. Very pleased and would love to bring him back, right? Understand the physical limitations. You got physical limitations with your center too. Understand it, but I was very pleased, man, with the nastiness that he brought on this offensive line, which was so desperately missing. So I definitely, I was feeling him, and I'm gonna give him a B. TJ Bass also gives about a good B minus from me for filling in and doing an excellent job. When with Zach Martin being out, you didn't even miss him because of them two boys right there, man, doing a solid job, man. Uh, Also, man, I know I missed Awesome Richards. I'm gonna give that boy a C. It wasn't looking clean, but I do admire the position flex, and I will also like the Dallas Cowboys have a good problem, which is who they gonna keep on the offensive line. One thing's for sure, you ain't got to worry about the Dallas Cowboys getting good offensive linemen. That's for damn sure. And I know a part of that has to do with also Mike McCarthy, because Mike McCarthy know how to go ahead and get him some offensive linemen. He's shown that in Green Bay with TJ Lane, Bakhtiari, and etc. So Mike McCarthy know how to get him some goddamn offensive line. So I know I'm credit that to Mike McCarthy. So the offensive line is probably set in stone, and one thing that we can build with. And of course, I'll be interested in if I see some good offensive linemen, I'll still be interested in nabbing them. But other than that, the offensive line is pretty solid, especially on the backup. Terrence Steele, he made the most of it toward the end. He started off very rocky, but as soon as we started running the ball, he played a much better, and you didn't even hear his name. But from his totality of a performance, I'm going to give him a C. So I'll tell you this, and his run blocking, I'm gonna give him about a B minus, right? Maybe a close to a solid B, but definitely I say more concrete a B minus. His pass blocking, I'm gonna give it a C minus. It's a C minus for me. C at concrete at most. Uh, when you're running the ball and you establishing a run, you ain't gonna hear a peep out of Terrence Steele. But when you got to pass the ball 40 times, man, he gonna get his shit cooked. That's just the thing. So if you're gonna bring somebody up in here, whether it be another quarterback, running back, you need to think about Terrence Steele if you want to get the most out of that contract. If you want to get the most out of the contract, run a damn ball. If you gonna throw the ball, you ain't gonna get shit out that contract for the rest of his years. All right, let's go. Let's go to the kickers and the punter real quick, man. Brandon Aubrey, man, that boy get an A. The boy gets an A. The man sitting over there kicking 60-yard field goals, man, done definitely saved some games, man, and save some times where in momentum switch where if he don't get this field goal, it's gonna be ugly. So I'm gonna tell you, Brandon Aubrey gets an A. Brian Anger, he punted. He's been punting consistently, man. I'm gonna get a boy a A2 because I ain't see nothing going on with the punter. I think he had about maybe a couple bad punts, if I'm not mistaken. That's about it. The long snapper, man, consistent, man. I think he was he? No, I'm gonna get a boy about an A minus, because I see him run down there. I think he got hurt though, but I'm gonna get a boy an A minus though. But let's go ahead and get into the defense though. right? Uh, let's start with the end. Chauncey Golston. Chauncey Golston. I'm gonna give the boy about a good B minus C plus. His athleticism hurts the team because he just is not an athlete though, but he did play hard. He played solid. He gave his all in the run game. He was solid, right? He ain't gonna give you no pass rush though, but for a year he definitely improved. He was able to sit down and he was solid. Would I be interested in bringing him back as a backup? Absolutely. I'd be interested in bringing him back, though. But if he's getting like 40, 50 snaps, absolutely not. Carl Lawson, man, he made the most of it. I'm gonna give my boy Carl. I'm gonna give my boy Carl Lawson a C. Um, I was pleased with what I got, especially for the circumstances that we in. I believe he had like 5 sacks. It was okay. It was solid, uh, to get them five sacks from him, right? He did some things, man. I think at times he was more active at number 11 on the other side, though. But he did cool, man. Solid rotational player. I would like to upgrade though, but if we had to bring him back, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for him to be my fourth DN. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I would like to upgrade that position. Osa, I'm gonna give Osa a good C. I'm gonna give him a C. C, yeah, about a good C. When we played better teams with an offensive lineman, he got his ass beat. But when we played teams that had, average linemen, maybe a tad bit above average linemen and to low linemen, he played better. That should tell you about the type of player he is. Definitely, he was missing a good nose tackle next to him. Definitely missing. I told y'all he was going to struggle with not having that nose tackle next to him, as you see, especially in the run game. But when the competition kind of took a little hit and it decreased, he played better. But at the beginning of the year, when the competition was up there, he sucked. So that should tell you what type of player he is, and that's exactly why he gets a C from me. Linval Joseph, I'm gonna give my boy like I'm gonna give that boy a good C minus. C minus. There's a couple times he made a play though, but Linval Joseph, he was getting blown back sometimes. He just old as shit, man. Do I want him to come back? No. Let that boy retire and go in the sunset, man. You ain't gonna get shit from that, man. Go ahead and ship him off though. But he gave me some good snaps at times though, but that ain't gonna cut it, man. The motherfuckers out of line for sitting over there for playing them as much as they did. Mozzie Smith, that motherfucker get a straight F. He ain't do shit this year. He sucked. Of course, he made a couple tackles, man. You play 17 games, man. You gonna get a couple tackles and have some good moments, especially against scrubs. But that man absolutely sucked. Absolutely sucked. In the snaps that I watched with the Commanders game, he didn't look good this year. Cut his ass, man. Cut this weak ass motherfucker, man. He suck. Straight, that boy suck. He suck. I do not want him on my team, especially if he gonna go ahead and talk about this weight thing and he don't want to put the weight on. He's useless to me. So get rid of him. If he not gonna go 335, 340 up, he's useless to me. Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons, man. Look, when you go against scrubs, he gonna ball. When you go against somebody, man, that's worth a damn, he gonna suck. So you got to give him in something inclined with Osa, like a C minus. I mean, he got double-digit sacks though, but that don't mean shit. You feel me? Especially in the state of the league, not to me. His run game, his run defense, F. His pass rushing ability, his pass rushing this year, to me was a C. Yeah, he got pressure at times and like that though, but against them real boys, man, that we needed him to show up for, he never showed up. He didn't show up against Detroit. He didn't show up against Baltimore and them. You remember, man, in the Baltimore game, what did he do at the last play? Get Joe back 10 yards, man. So that should tell you something about Your so-called dude who wants to get paid 30-something million. Jerry Jones would be a dumbass to pay that boy 30-something million. I would not pay him at all. I would ship him off. Shit. Antonio Pierce got fired. Shit, man. Max Crosby don't like that. I for sure will swap that out. I for sure will swap Max Crosby out for him. In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. They say, man, hey, man, we'll give you Max Crosby for Michael. Come on. Send it. Let's put it in. Straight up. But yeah, man, I wasn't pleased with his performance this year. Y'all know that. We got plenty of film to show that, man. And if you knew, you ain't too familiar with the channel, enjoy, because there's plenty of film to show that how I was not pleased with his performance. Marshawn Kneeling, C-. There were some good snaps, though, but other than that, his limitation at defensive end, he ain't going to give you no pass rush at defensive end. He can't get the edge like I've been telling y'all from the get-go. He can't get the edge, man. C-. There was times where he did hold the edge, and there was times where the athleticism was just too much for him. He's not a defensive end. He's a defensive tackle. And for you to go ahead and invest a high pick in him, for him to produce something like that, Will McClay need his ass beat. Straight up. You need his ass beat for thinking that somebody, unless you're going to sit over there and send him to the buffet with Guyton. And if Mozzie's still here, you send him, man, look, it's pointless. It's pointless. You're going to get, bro, a pick like that back in the day, Marshawn Kneeling to play defensive end for you, man, that was like a fifth round, 6th round pick right there, man. Marshawn Kneeling ain't showed you nothing for him to be a high draft pick like that. But that's Will McClay for you. Overshown before he got hurt, I'm gonna give my boy a B+. B+ so hard he made a lot of plays though, but he did make a lot of mistakes. But you didn't notice the mistakes because he made a lot of plays. But shout out to Overshown. We definitely hit on that. Hopefully he don't turn out to be no Sean Lee, but I think something he gonna have to make an adjustment with his. I mean, that was just a freak accident though, so I can't say that though. But got to keep your head on the swivel, man. Do your best. I know sometimes freaky shit happen, just like that was, but got to come back stronger. Eric Kendricks, for what he was, I'm gonna go ahead, man. I think Kendrick did some good things for us, man. Other than him being step slow, man, I'm about in between a B- and a C+ for Eric Kendricks, man. To be honest with you, I'm about a B- C+, man. He did some good things. When he was missing, you definitely felt the miss though, but he was just 2 to 3 steps slow, just like Ezekiel Elliott. He's 2 to 3 steps slow, and so he missed out on a lot of plays because he was slow. But I'm in that range of giving him a B-, C+. I'd say more like a 79%. But what I want Eric Kendricks back? No. Let's go ahead and get younger. Somebody that's gonna be able to the Hurricanes land Carson back. That's funny. But yeah, he's smart for coming back though. But yeah, man. He was okay, but I would like to upgrade that middle linebacker position. Maurice Leofau, okay, look. As a blitzer, I'm gonna give him an A-. Got home a lot on the blitzer. As a traditional linebacker, though, I'm gonna give him a C. Damn near a C-. When he's free at linebacker, he'll make the play. When he's not free, he ain't gonna make the play. Who does that sound like? Sound like Michael Parsons, don't it? Hell of a blitzer. When he got to take on blocks, he sucked. But when he's free, he'll make the play. Sound just like Michael Parsons. Sound just like him. My observation of him when he came out, bro. But I'm gonna have to get that boy. I think his blitzing saved his grade. So his blitzing alone gave him a C. But if I was just telling you off a pure linebacker play, if it wasn't for the blitzing, he probably would have had a D. Jordan Lewis get about a B+ A- for me. Had a very good year. I seen him a lot of times in the film committing to the run game. Um, your best cover guy, your best corner this year. Jordan Lewis has a good year. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't come back because of the culture of the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to be around those scrub ass losers, man. He trying to win. So I could definitely see him being the last time playing for the Dallas Cowboys. But he had the best year at corner. Uh, Deron Bland, I'm gonna get that boy. I'm gonna get that boy a C plus. I'm gonna get that boy a B plus, a C plus B minus. You know, it wasn't all the way bad though, but when he got cooked, man, he got cooked, especially in that red zone, man. But he did put up some good performances. Him playing on the outside corner, that's out of position for him. He's a nickel corner, man. He's kind of like a Gregory Newsome with the Cleveland Browns, if you're familiar. You know, he's a better a slot corner, man. And especially if Jordan Lewis gone, you definitely will want to kick him in a slot corner, and you need to go bring a bigger outside corner in. You need to bring somebody like 6 foot up in this mug, 6'1" up in this mug, man. Uh, but yeah, man, it was cool. It was cool, but definitely there was a lot of limitations going on. Um, CJ Goodwin as a special teams. I mean, shit. I guess it is what it is. He made some plays. Good. I guess you could say if I'm going off his special teams for what I've seen, I guess you can get a boy a B minus. Uh, Israel Mukwamo, with his limited slaps, he did okay, man. I'd get a man a C. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on Wanye. I mean, shit, he had an injury. Yeah, Wanye is okay. Wanye get a C. Wanye get about a C. So let's talk about Diggs, Wilson, and Hooker. Diggs, for me, gets a D. Trayvon Diggs gets a D minus, to be honest with you. His run game was absolutely horrific. His discipline was horrific. Him giving the outside leverage was horrific. Um, him getting cooked by Jameson Williams was horrific. Got cooked a couple times, man. He didn't play his best as a secondary, as a man who got paid, and we're not gonna blame that on injury. He wasn't banged up, man. That boy was out there. Of course, he got banged up toward the end, which is out for the season, I guess. But when he was healthy, he was trash. He was trash, man. See, look, man, a lot of your corners was protected by that pass rush. I believe Jordan Love said the same thing. Your corner, or was it C.J. Stroud? One of them said that your corners was protected by the pass rush, and without the pass rush, you see that your corners get exposed. This is real. This is truly who your corners are. Jordan Lewis didn't matter. He a competitive player. He gonna compete. Sticky icky, right? But when it come down to your other corners, man, they got exposed because of the pass rush. Trayvon Diggs did not have a good year. And you got paid, you needed to have a whole lot better year. And that sissy ass mindset that you come out here with, man, I ain't digging that. But yeah, man, that's where I stand on him. Malik Hooker, although we wasn't really giving him like no big plays like at the back end, but I think that has something to do with how Zim was playing things in totality, bro. Especially like your run fits was like a F. It sucked. And then you made business decisions like a straight sissy. But I'm gonna give Malik Hooker, man, I'm gonna give him like a C minus. He gets a C minus. For Malik Hooker, do I want him back? No. Ship him off too. Go find me some new safeties this year. The Dallas Cowboys need a lot of players, y'all. A lot of players. You pretty much need every position other than probably offensive line. You need a lot of players. I'm shipping him off. And the cool thing about it is with the needs that you have, unless you're trying to bring these scrub ass players back, I don't see how the Dallas Cowboys do not acquire some free agents. It doesn't really make sense to me. But Donovan Wilson, I mean, he had a couple games where he brought the boomish, but him in coverage is horrific. Him in coverage is like Malik Hooker in run fits. But then Donovan Wilson's angles at times was horrific too. but I'm gonna give that boy in totality, man. I'm gonna give him around. He gets a C to C minus. You know, would I want Donovan Wilson back? No, I wouldn't want him back either, bro. I want new safeties, if I'm just being honest. But yeah, man, that's where I rate yo Cowboys. I don't think I missed anybody. Did I miss anybody that was worth a damn at least? Let me see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. I mean, ain't nobody gonna talk about no damn Andrew Booth. Of course he sucked. I know Marquise Bell was hurt. Oh, Kalen Carson. Kalen Carson. Absolute fucking trash. F. F. He gets an F. Damone Clark didn't get enough snaps for me, even though he sucked. Well, let's go and get no snaps. I guess you could say Florino. Florino ain't did nothing. I mean, he pretty much who I think he is anyway. I didn't really like him too much anyway from the game I seen. But if I had to give something for Florino, it'd probably C minus. Yeah, man, that's shit. I mean, Malik Davis ain't getting nothing in. So yeah, that's shit, man. Yeah, man, that's my presentation, man, in regards to that, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know if y'all think that I was off or too harsh or too soft on some of these grades, man, on the playback or whatever the case may be. Let me know in the comment section, man. But all right, y'all, man. Till the next time, y'all, we gone.